Let's hold a moment of silence in solidarity for all of our brothers and sisters at Xbox right now. All the Xbox fans, all of the people that work for Xbox. Let's have a moment of silence for them. Alright, let's get into the video. What the hell is going on with Xbox right now, okay? This is absolute insanity. I mean, this literally makes no sense at all. And yes, I'm pretty sure you guys all saw the news that we heard yesterday or a few days ago that Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PlayStation 5. I don't know what to think about this. This is insane. What is up, you guys? Welcome to The Collective. My name is Furman, and in this video we will be talking about Xbox. Quite possibly the most unpopular topic to talk about on my channel. But we have to talk about it because we care about Xbox. Some of us. But before we get started, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. Alright, let's get into it. It is pretty safe to say that Xbox has been on a steep decline since 2013, I believe, when they announced the Xbox One. And obviously we know a lot of that had to do with the fact that they put their own foot in their own mouths by coming out with all of these anti-consumer things like a $500 console, which people weren't ready for, and then, you know, having an always online console, and, you know, all sorts of things that happened. Not being able to trade, which PlayStation used that as a marketing ploy. Like, a bunch of things happened, but they're not the same company that they were back then. They are not the same company, and that is not the same console that we have to this day. Now, how is it possible that a console like the Xbox Series X, which was more powerful than the PS5 and the Nintendo Switch, also a better looking console, had arguably better controllers, and even was more consumer friendly than both of those other companies that I just mentioned, Nintendo and PlayStation? How is it possible that Microsoft failed this bad? Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that I know exactly what it is that did it, and this has a lot to do with it. They have no exclusives. They have absolutely no exclusives anymore. The only two exclusives that I can think of that they actually have right now is Halo and Gears of War. They might have a couple others, but other than that, I think that's basically it. Now, I did mention that Xbox is the most consumer friendly, and that is a fact of the matter. If you take your Xbox and you put in an original Xbox, or an Xbox 360 disc, or an Xbox One disc, it will, 9 times out of 10, it will play that game. There's probably a couple of them, you know, like a little tiny minority of the games are not supported. But for the most part, you can put anything in and it will basically run it at 4K 60. It'll make the game actually look better and work way better than it could have ever on original hardware. None of these other consoles do that. Nintendo doesn't do that, and PlayStation doesn't do that. This is a humongous win for Xbox. I mean, it is astronomical how big it is. It is actually insane. The fact that you no longer need to have the older consoles. You can have the new one just run all of the old games. That's amazing. And, you know, there's a lot of us like me, you know, we're collectors and we care about having older consoles and stuff like that. So we're still going to hold on to it. But for someone that doesn't necessarily care about that kind of stuff, for someone that wants to be minimalistic, this is a huge deal. So there we have, you know, it actually being better. Up until the PS5 Pro, the Xbox Series X was the most powerful console of the three, you know, of the starting three, the Triforce of gaming. It was the most powerful one. And somehow, people still chose to go with the PlayStation. They chose to go with the PS5. Mostly because of the fact that it had a lot of games. They had a lot more games. I mean, the library is just absolutely insane. And there's a lot of people that argue about this, and I haven't done research, so this is just pure speculation. But a lot of people say that some of the games do run better on PlayStation. Now, I'm just going to leave that there because I don't actually know. And I mostly don't know because I don't care to know. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. Those kind of specs. I mean, games are looking so absolutely fantastic that, you really can't tell the difference, if you ask me. Like, there's some people, like Digital Foundry, they do research and they do analysis and stuff like that, and they really know what they're talking about. But to the consumer, to regular folks just like us, it all kind of looks the same. Now, the controller is one thing that I think Sony has better tech, but the Xbox controller is just all around better. It is just a better feeling controller. It's more comfortable, it feels more durable. Some people prefer the battery, and I don't prefer batteries, but I do like the fact that they last way longer. I have to change out batteries way less often than I do have to charge my PS5 DualSense. So there is that, it's kind of a give or take. But the DualSense has better technology. That is hands down. Like the haptic feedback that it has, the triggers, all of that stuff makes for a more immersive controller, a more immersive experience. And I do think that is one point that the PS5, kind of won at when it comes to that. But the biggest thing, I think one of the most major, if not the reason why I think Xbox kind of lost, is the games. And it's broken down in two categories. One, they just have not released very many games at all, period. And two, Game Pass. Game Pass was just something that was absolutely amazing. I mean, it is the best thing that you could do. You get every major Xbox game, all of the best ones. You get the Halos, you get the Forzas, you now get Doom, you get all the Bethesda games, you get Gears of War. There's so many games that you get. All of the first party games that Xbox puts out are day one on Game Pass, period. So from then and there, you essentially made people sign up for a service and they stop buying your games. So that's why it looks like, your games aren't really selling very well. It's because Game Pass is too good of a deal. It is just way too good of a deal. If it was something where it was like a trial run, like you get to try the game out for a certain amount, then that would make sense. But for the price, it would not make sense. We would end up losing. So, it is kind of like it kind of sucks that we're in this position, but that's basically what ended up happening. Xbox wanted to go the service route, and here we are. So yeah, you don't necessarily have to buy the games anymore. And not to mention the fact that Xbox was cooking. Like, they were cooking. I still remember that E3 or Summer Game Fest event that they had where they were like, we just bought 200 plus studios and we're going to be coming out with a bunch of games, and they showed off all these amazing games, all these different studios that they bought, and nothing ever came of it. That was like 2 or 3 years ago, and we haven't heard anything since. I can only think of two things that I'm excited for when it comes to the Xbox side of things. And I was excited for the Indiana Jones game. It does look really cool, and I tried a little bit of it. It's a little slow paced for me, but I'm gonna keep trying it. But I was excited for that one, and it kind of let me down a little bit. But as far as what I'm actually excited for right now, and we don't really have too much information on these games, it's the new Gears game that's coming out. We don't know when that's coming out. I think they mentioned maybe 2025 or 2026. But other than that, it is the Perfect Dark game that we know even less about. We saw a teaser trailer, and then we saw like an actual gameplay trailer, and now I don't know what the heck is going on with it. It's kind of been in limbo, so we'll see what's going to happen with it. I am excited for these games, but we just don't know. We just don't know. So yeah, all of these things have kind of contributed to, the stock of Xbox going down. People don't really think of Xbox anymore as a huge competitor. Like, they just don't, and it's a shame. It is an absolute shame because the Xbox 360 era, it was tied. PS3 and Xbox 360, they were at war, okay? They were absolutely at war. I mean, it was two titans of industry going at each other, coming out with the best games that they could possibly come out with. And now it doesn't really feel like that, and I kind of hate that, you know. I am a Nintendo fan through and through, and I prefer PlayStation to be my second, but just because I prefer these things doesn't mean that I want Xbox to go away. I don't want to see them do that. I just want to see them step up, you know, be more competitive, come out with better games, come out with more games. This is something that needs to happen in order for them to be successful again. It has to happen. And if it doesn't, they're going to go the Sega route, and they'll just be coming out with their games on Nintendo and PS5 apparently. So yeah, crazy. Another thing that I wanted to mention, the fact that you have Game Pass means Game Pass isn't just exclusive to the Xbox. You can also get it on PC. So that automatically makes it so that you don't even need an Xbox to play Xbox games anymore. How does that make sense, okay? You want to sell Xbox consoles. How do you expect people to sell Xbox consoles if they can just get it somewhere else? If they can just go the PC route, which a bunch of people have been moving more and more towards because of how uncapped it is, because of how much more power you get when it comes to that, how much more freedom and liberty you get through that route. How do you expect people to stay, Xbox? I don't even know if they intended for this to happen, but Xbox has kind of sort of turned into like the stepping stone to the PC guys. It's like, the baby step that you take. Like, this is kind of what you're getting, a taste of it. You're getting a taste of what it feels like. But if you want true graduation, if you want true freedom, you got to step up and buy a PC. You can't do that with PlayStation or with Xbox or with Nintendo Switch. You can kind of do that with PlayStation, but not so much with Nintendo, because they're not porting any of their exclusives on PC. It is not happening at all. A lot of the exclusives on PlayStation are going to PC, but there's not any crazy competition like that. They're not losing money or anything like that. That's not really what's going on. So, and unfortunately, that's kind of what the big deal is when it comes to Xbox, is they're putting everything on PC, and it's making their sales look really bad. I don't know, guys. I don't know how I feel about this. Forza on PlayStation is insane. And we have the PS5 Pro now. What happens if Forza 5 looks better and runs better on PS5 than on its own console that it's supposed to be on? This is absolute blasphemy, okay? And I will not stand for this. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what your thoughts is on the comment section, okay? I want to hear what you guys think about this. Are you guys as outraged as I am? Because this is absolutely insane. I mean, we are watching Xbox be yeeted out of the console war. Like, they're just done. They're going away slowly. And it's kind of their fault. This is insane. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about that. And as always, guys, do not forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. And we will see you guys on the next video. Peace. Wow, you guys really like Pokemon. Maybe I need to come out with some more Pokemon content so we can keep these views up. 2,000 views in like a day or two is insane, okay? That is nutty. But yeah, more to come at a later date.